What is up? My name is Garrett Yogurt on Twitter, YOOGRTT. Thank you so much for tuning into the NowHereNotation YouTube channel. Welcome back to another album review. Today we're talking about DillanPonders. The album is Nowhere, and DillanPonders is somebody who I found back in 2015, back when I used to do these things called in rotation compilations on SoundCloud. DillanPonders was honestly one of the first persons to kind of just become a regular feature, a regular guest on those things, and his exposure on this channel has always been kind of minute. I have a few AMVs, I have a few visual tracks to kind of complement a few projects that he has released. You can find those on this very channel. But other than that, I really haven't reviewed much of his music, but I've always been a big fan. This guy can rap his fucking ass off. And if there's anybody who kind of is a really good symbol of just grinding your ass off, fucking staying focused, and just fucking working. This guy has put out multiple projects a year, if not one project a year, and every single time it is just another good example of why he is able to just build a very I think kind of cult career over the years. Like, he's been around since 2012, I think it goes all the way back to. He's had a couple interviews with XXL. I think he was even on like one of their lists saying, hey, you should remember these artists from Canada, like best artists out of Canada. He was on that list, and I always thought that was such a cool little like, hey, what's up? I love that. And you know, DillanPonders is someone who I will always support, and I will always be looking out for. He was one of the first people to ever like tweet at In Rotation, or as it was known before, Constantlyinrotation, and just be like, yo, I see you guys, thank you. And like, that meant a lot to me. At this project, I'm fucking floored. I'm blown away. This is just something that kind of came out of left field. I wasn't necessarily expecting the drop to happen, but when it did drop, I did start listening to it. And from the first song on, I am just addicted to this project alone. And this is just going to be a quick little review to tell you guys, don't sleep on this thing, because this is fantastic. This is something that you definitely need to go check out for your own ears, with your own eyes. Looking at the track list, though, we got track number 1, No I'm God. Track number 2 is Rax. Track number 3 is Tings featuring Devontae. Track number 4 is Enigma. Track number 5 is Jurassic featuring IDK. Track number 6 is Limitless. Track number 7 is Juggernaut. Track number 8 is Why So Serious featuring Faiza. To close it all out, this thing only runs about like 25 minutes in length to 30 minutes in length. It's very quick, but the amount of just showing off that Dillan does on this project is just a feat, and it's just something that is, again, infectious, and is something that I can't get away from at the moment. Whether it's the craziest fucking beat switch I've heard on the opening track, that is No I'm God. There's like 2 separate like types of flows and types of like mantras that he's portraying, and the way that it switches and just builds it and like allows himself to like just fully bring forth these schools of thought. The way he just tackles the beat and the way the beat complements him on that particular opening track just sets the tone. And from then on, if you're not interested, then you need to go re-listen to that track, because I think that is just one of those things where, as someone who has listened to so many DillanPonders tracks, that is the time where I was like, holy shit. The everything just kind of came full force. Everything just worked. Everything felt real fleshed out. Everything felt real like it was taking its time, but also taking advantage of the points in time. Like, no time was wasted on that track. And when you get into the rest of this album, that's a really good way of how I feel about it. I just think that this is one of those projects that I will remember in this guy's long discography, and it's a perfect project for someone to find, to go back and really educate themselves on the rest of this man's discography. It does come with an IDK feature on the song Jurassic, which was the lead single, and that track is a very well done, just like a very complete track. It feels very complete. I feel like everyone does a fantastic job of just one, kind of bringing Dillan up in like the rankings, kind of just being like, hey, this man's really fucking good. So IDK does a good job of just being like, hey, I'm gonna ride the track with this guy, because me and him, like, we could go toe to toe, and I acknowledge that, and like they do that more or less. And you know, all of the production, there's a lot of like bells, and it's awesome, man. The drums, the beats, the bass, the just the character of DillanPonders is so full force on this thing. But the standout favorite track on this thing is track number 4, Enigma. That is where you get a lot of more melody, but also on track number 2 with Rax, Why So Serious, a lot of these songs have more melody than what I've noticed out of this guy before. And going forward with his career, I think that is a cool little feature to have, like a little notch on your belt to be like, yeah, I kind of mastered this too in the background. I can already rap, y'all know that, but like, hey, check this out. I'm gonna throw some melodies at you. And he does a great job of making some catchy ass hooks and handles them all himself for the most part and destroys it. Like, honestly, and the 2 features outside of IDK, Faiza and Devontae kills it. I particularly like Devontae's just that verse. It was cool. But I think that like the friendship between him and Dillan on that Tings track number 3 is just really fun, and it really does work. But again, as somebody who has been kind of a long time fan and has just been waiting for this like the project, I feel like this is the project, and this is only going to complement the rest of it, and just kind of just shows don't fucking stop working ever. Just keep going. And yeah, have you listened to this project? Please go check it out if you haven't. DillanPonders KNOWHERE is a fantastic project, and is definitely something that piques my interest and definitely has me excited going forward, because I think this guy's growth and just creativity is only growing to like the nth degree. But let me know in the comment section below what you really did think. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. I really do appreciate it. There's been a lot of music that's been dropping, so I'm trying to keep these shorter, but trying to do more of them to get everything out of the way. But you know, we'll be back to the 15-minute reviews sooner than later. But thank you so much for the support again. Follow me on Twitter at Yogurt, YOOGRRTT, Instagram as well, now in rotation on those 2 platforms as well. Take care of yourselves. You are awesome and beautiful, and that is all, folks.